Well, let us move on because, as you know, it is time for our game of the week. And this week, boys and girls, we're going with Giants Eagles. Now, real quickly, I will say this. After that 2020 tie last week that the Giants had with Sean's Washington Commanders, I found that game interesting because when you think about it, this actually may help both teams in their playoff push because now you're going to have one less loss than some of these other teams possibly because you tied. So that might actually work to the advantage of both Washington and New York. But this obviously is an important game for the Giants this week because division game. I mean, not just that it's a division rivalry game, but it's also I think a lot of people think the Giants need to prove that they can play with these better teams. Even though the Giants have a very good record this year and they've run the ball with Saquon, they've had many receivers injured, lost guys here and there. I think Darius Slayton's finally back and playing well. But the Giants, I think, have a lot to prove here this week against this Eagles team that has just shown that, and even people doubting the Eagles, they've just continued to do what they do and they win. They're the number one seed right now in the NFC. So, again, a big game for the Giants and the Eagles this week. So, Delilah, we'll start with you. Give us, what are you looking forward to this week? Giants, Eagles, give us what you got.
I'm excited because division games are always interesting, right? We always know that they always come with a different amount of anxiety and pressure. Especially
That's true.
with yeah, and especially with two teams that are playoff bound as far as standings go. The New York Giants are in there with number 6. Philly at number 1. I do feel like this game is more important for the Giants to win more so than Philly. Because even if they drop this game, they're still top 2. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I feel
Yeah.
like this game is more pressure for the Giants because if they lose, they're gonna be 7-5, which would tie them with Seattle, who's currently 7-5 at number 7. And I think the
Right.
tie it hurts teams, doesn't it? Like that's what I've been paying, the last few seasons. I feel ties are more detrimental, right, than a win or loss.
Well, like I
Um,
was saying, it depends how the
yeah,
things shake out, but it could be an advantage to both because you're going to have the one less loss if it comes down to that,
yeah. So
depending
I
on how the
don't,
other teams finish. So, yeah,
the
could
Seattle
help.
doesn't see. I mean, Seattle has what they're 387. Right, I'm looking at their 583. If they win, I don't know. Does that mean like Seattle moves up to 6? That's what I mean. I feel like this game is more important for the Giants to win than the Eagles. Like the
Yeah.
Eagles could
No,
lose a
fair enough.
game. The Eagles could lose a game and still be top 2. I
Sure.
feel like for this, it's more the Giants really need this W more than the Eagles do, in my opinion.
Yep, fair enough. But Handy, let me ask you this because again, as we all know, only the top seed gets the bye, and the
Right.
Eagles again, they're battling with Dallas and possibly Minnesota with only 2 losses. What do you think of this game? Is it more important for the Giants to win or more important for the Eagles to keep winning?
It is 100% more important for the Giants to keep winning. This is the time of the year where teams that started out on a hot streak do start to run out of gas a little bit. You
Hmm.
said they're 7-5, so they're 12 games in. They got 5 more left. I'm not sure if they've had their bye week yet or not, but you're also talking about the number 28 offense in the league, surprisingly, against the number
Yeah.
7 defense in the Giants against the number 7 defense in the league against the Eagles. So, yeah,
Right.
it is really important for them to win. It's really important for them to win. And then, according to producer Sean, next week they got the Commanders again. So
Yes, they do.
and I don't think that knowing how the Commanders have been playing so far this season, I don't think Riverboat
Yeah.
Ron coming for a tie this time. He's coming for a win. So
For sure. Oh, sure.
one
Absolutely.
hundred percent.
Yeah. Agreed. And again, I get stuck in these things because, again, I understand the importance of the Giants need to win. I do. But I got to imagine that if you're the Eagles, you don't want to give up that top spot. Like as much as you got 4 games left after this, or 3 games left, or 4 games after this week. I'm sorry. Yes, I'll get it right sometime today. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's such a tight race at the top there with only 2 lost Minnesota, Eagles, Cowboys possibly. They got to play each other again, I think. But I mean, it's such an important game overall, yes. But I feel like the Eagles need to maintain, to be honest with you, because again, Philly hosts is right. The tiebreaker against Minnesota and Dallas, right? True. But if you lose more games than they do, guess what? You don't get that number one seed. That's all I'm saying. I understand the tiebreakers if that happens. That yes, Philly's in. But again, losing another game, that can be crippling. So I'm just for now, David. Right for now. Oh, David, we love you, Cowboy fan. Killing me, man. Killing me. Anyways, but again, I just personally for me, I think the Eagles, this is very important for them to keep rolling as they have been. Again, a lot of people said the Giants wouldn't make the playoffs, even when they were winning. They were like, they don't think they can maintain. They don't feel like they have enough on offense, which I might tend to agree with a little bit, considering their offense is Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. So that may not be enough to really get them over the hump, as it were. So in that regard, some people may say, well, okay then, Nick, you just proved the point that the Giants need this game more. But again, I still feel like, there's still a lot of game to be played. And like Sean put up there, 1-3-1 in your last 5 games, not very impressive. So I think the Giants could be headed towards the disappointment bin as it is. So I'm going to go with, I think this game is a lot more important for the Eagles at this point. Well, there you go, folks. That is, of course, our game of the week. We'll all be watching Giants Eagles, I'm sure. With very much anticipation and excitement. You can tell because, I'm so excited that my Bears won't lose this week because we're on a bye. So that just makes me happy right there that we don't have to talk about the Bears losing next week. Fantastic.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.